Okay. Go. Hello. My apologies to everyone, especially Val.
Only been
Oh
waiting.
my God.
It's no big deal.
Okay. So I thought this was at 4 for some reason. And I was taking a nap. So I'm very sorry.
We have
All
to
right. I wanted to make sure that I transmuted all my dark energy before I came on. So,
and you did. For all of us. You did it for all of
oh,
us.
thank you. Thank you. It's a good thing I checked my phone because I would have probably just shown up at 4 o'clock and you wouldn't have then been here. So
I
anyway,
would
welcome everybody.
figured it
Yeah,
out though.
yeah.
Come back and
I
forth.
um I apologize to all of you. Hi Alice. Hi Lisa. Hi Bora Bora. Yes. Oh God. Hi Craig. Sorry about being a dingaling.
Come on.
Oh my God.
No
All
biggie.
right. Oh yes, I know it's 5:15 there. So see, I'm late. Real late. All right. Well, Val and I always like to have fun, so
Yeah.
we can make fun of me, and then that's good. So,
No
so
big deal.
hi Starlight, hi Rossi. Thanks everybody for putting up with us being late. It's my own fault. Val's been sitting there patiently waiting. Again, I thought it was 4 o'clock that we were meeting. I don't know why that had that in my head, but anyway, um, yes, it was a hope. We're hoping for a very timely topic. And if that's the case, and you want to have some questions after we talk about this, then that's perfectly fine. I am out here in my living room because my husband's taking a nap, so hopefully he'll be up. He's every time he comes home for the weekend,
He's got to
he
rest.
likes to take a nap. Yeah, and he goes back on later on today. So,
Yeah.
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 Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks so much.
My husband used to live in LA and he'd commute back home on the weekends too because he worked for Orange County. He was an IT guy and
Oh,
yeah, so he had an apartment there and we did that for probably 5 or 6 years.
really?
Yeah,
Wow, I thought we were bad. Okay.
no, no.
Yeah, yeah.
You're probably the
Um,
norm
you
for a
know, it
lot.
really does. It makes things okay, I think, sometimes because, you're not up each other's grill all the time. And so it's nice to,
I
yeah,
mean, when you're independent and an independent kind of person,
yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Makes me appreciate having him here, though. So,
yeah.
absolutely. Well, we're going to talk about location, actually. We're going to talk about location today. I thought of this idea that I would like to have this conversation with Val, especially because where she lives is Las Vegas, and where I was living a number of years ago was in this really difficult place in Massachusetts near Boston. And I personally can feel the energies, even if I go to the Las Vegas airport. Will get off the plane and I feel something hanging in the air. And
Mhm.
so we thought that we would talk about how we can transmute energy that occurs in places that are darker than others. And I'm sure, I mean, Las Vegas has all these beautiful lights and shows and people winning, but there's also a dark side to it because there are probably a lot of drugs, a lot of addiction.
Yeah.
We already know. Well, when I've been there, I've been walking down the street and people will be handing me papers for me to go find somebody to sleep with somewhere. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but I
Exactly.
know that's not all of Las Vegas. That's just the strip. And
Well,
so
thank
there,
goodness I live next door to Las Vegas and Henderson, but it's the same thing. This is my
is it?
vicinity.
Oh,
Henderson's a nice little,
yeah,
bedroom community, but there is Las Vegas right there.
right.
Boom.
Boom. Yep.
You know,
Yep. I get it. I get it. You can't really avoid it. You can't
you
avoid it.
you can't really avoid it.
Uh
And
huh.
just to say, we talked about locational astrology, and
Yes.
I had done my locational astrology, and believe it or not, this is what they call a null zone for me.
Really? I didn't know that.
There's no astrological activity happening for me here. It, and I've been here for like 15 or 20 years.
Have you really? Okay. Okay.
15 years,
Yeah.
there's nothing happening. So
Okay.
that's why my guides have all been saying, go to Reno, go to Reno. I
Yeah.
think they want, and there is I don't know what a green line represents, but when I went on that website you suggested, I went on there again and it had the green line through Reno for me.
Okay. It's one of the
Because
planets then. It's one of your planets,
one
I'm
of the
sure.
planets, I'm gonna have to look that up, but uh, it's something where uh, you're going to have some activity that's going to happen in that location
Right.
for you. I
Correct.
have nothing here. I mean, really, I can
Uh,
guarantee that's true because I've had
really
no,
nothing good, nothing bad, just even
nothing
keel.
good,
Okay.
nothing bad, just a neutral place. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So, yes, of course, you can ask questions still. Rossi, I was talking about this on the sisters. Somebody asked a question, wasn't it on the sisters that they asked? And I suggested that there's a place called astro.com, and it has, you can go in and put your information in. You need to know what time you're born, of course, what day, where you were born, and it will bring up your astrology. And of course, you can look at all your daily stuff and all that other stuff. But this particular one was then you go and click on where you might like to visit or might like to live. And it will tell you what the energies are for you personally based on your astrology.
Right, and
Yeah.
that's really helpful. But
Yes.
as far as transmuting energy, no matter where you are, whether you're next to a place like Las Vegas, and a lot of light workers find themselves gravitating to places like they'll be in Florida
Mm-hmm.
during all the stuff that's going on,
Right.
um, transmuting energy, whether they know it or not, by
Right.
you know bringing in all the light, and everyone they come into contact during the day, and all those people that are shifting from their positive, higher frequencies, higher vibration, because really it's people start to resonate with you and your higher frequency rather than the
Right.
darker, denser
Rather
energy.
than the place.
Yeah,
Correct.
rather than the
Correct.
place. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that I have done tons of grid work all over the planet, not
Mm-hmm.
only not only with traveling there and doing it, but doing it from my home here, and yeah, all
Sure.
around the world,
Connecting in. Yep.
connecting in. And I've actually had other people travel to these places, and we would do this grid work
Really?
together. Yes,
I love that.
yeah, it was really powerful.
I
And
love that.
but
Yeah.
you can do it on your own as well. But it was
Sure.
powerful having two people do it. And yeah, I did grid work all over the planet. And
Mm.
still to this day, as I do my meditation daily, I'm connecting all around the planet and connecting to what we want to call as the crystalline grid,
Right.
and hooking everything up into it and giving it energy. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully more and more people will hook in, and
Sure.
that instead of mass consciousness, they'll be
Mm-hmm.
hooked to those higher
You can
frequencies. I pulled
bring
some
it up.
cards,
Yeah.
for this show, and it's exchanging gifts. That's what
Oh,
they
wow.
gave me. I thought that was
Yeah,
beautiful.
it
And
is.
the outward going male yang, divine feminine energy, divine masculine energies, rather, of you sending this out,
Right.
and that the planet is blessed by everyone doing this
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
transformation energy. And they, of course, have to throw in the divine feminine. It has to be balanced.
Right.
So what goes out comes back to you tenfold. So as
Right.
you send and are doing all this energy, it's coming back. And they're reminding you, yeah, come to the
Yeah.
end, step on.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah. Look at the value.
you're
Look at
going
the
to
value.
treasure island.
Yeah.
So that
Wow.
works for this show, and that transmuting that
Hmm.
dark energy, no matter where you
Right.
are.
No
You could
matter
be
where you
sitting on a train somewhere, you could be sitting on a bus, or you could be on vacation, wherever you're at. You're
are.
when you're just vibrating a certain frequency, and when you're actually consciously doing it, you are transforming and transmuting energy on a really super high level. You're doing it
Yep.
anyway, especially as a light worker. Whatever you
Yep.
vibrate at, you're going to shift the room. You're going to shift where you're at. You know
Hmm.
how you walked into those rooms that have really dense and heavy energy? You may feel like you want to get out of there, but
Oh, yeah.
you're actually raising the vibration of that room just by being there.
But aren't you also getting the vibrations, the lower ones, or do you just make sure you protect yourself?
Always protect
Always.
yourself with like a bubble of white light.
Uh-huh.
And I always ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide me no matter what in the beginning of
Right.
the day. And I say that only the highest frequencies of love and light of divine source can enter my bubble.
Right. Right.
I
Wow.
say that, I set that up,
Uh-huh.
and no matter what happens throughout your day, you're protected. That's not to say that if you spent a long time in darker, denser energy, it would probably begin to affect you,
Yeah.
and you would need to get the hell out of Dodge.
Something else. I know. Yeah. So,
So what do you do? I mean,
Uh, well, well, I had a very interesting situation. We were in really bad shape. We needed a job. We had no car. We were in our RV, but we had no place to park it. We had no job. We had nothing going on. And we went into this storage place and said, you don't. It said, ask us about opportunities, and so I did, which would never have been anything I would have asked for otherwise. And the woman said, well, we're looking for managers at another place in Massachusetts near Boston. And, so if you think you might like to do that, well, she told me where it was. And my first thought was, yuck. But, but I thought, spirit I'm going to follow spirit, and so we got the job, and we ended up going, and it was so dark there. It was a 6-story building. And later on, we found out that it was actually built on a toxic waste dump,
oh
which we
God.
didn't. I know we didn't know that. I mean, really dark. And the people that lived there didn't take care of that worked there didn't really take care of it, but they also lived on the property. So we got an apartment, but we had like blow up beds, and I mean it was all we could do. So we get in there, and they have about 10 to 15% delinquency rates,
Oh,
and so they're telling us that you should be under 2. You have to be under 2% per month. And we're like, okay. So we got people coming in, they're nasty. We had a shooting next door at the McDonald's where the manager got shot. We had somebody come in with a knife and slam it on the desk, and we just had so many problems. And then we had to call people and try to bring down and I'm bawling my eyes out every night. I'm like, oh my God, I feel forsaken. And slowly, we started in July of '03. Slowly, the energy shifted, and people were coming in smiling to pay their bills.
you're giving me the chills because that is what happens, and people may not realize it, but
Right.
you are living here, and wherever you're at, your
Yep.
neighbors, be they in an apartment complex or your houses next
Hmm.
door or across the street,
Yeah.
suddenly people start moving in and out to
Yeah.
match frequency.
It's amazing. We also I found out we had there's a gate on the property, and that we were seeing cars in there that we didn't recognize, and it
Mhm.
was people that knew the gate code,
Mhm.
and they would go back there, and they would people would buy their time, if you get my drift, and there
Yeah,
were
yeah,
condoms all over the
yeah.
place out back there. And so we got that cleaned up, and Keith was, and we were like, okay, we got a place to stay, but we were making $7 an hour. What are we going to do? Keith starts raking the leaves, because there's tons of leaves, and he finds 200 $100 bills.
Oh, little drug money, maybe. God, I don't know. The universe gave it to you.
I know. And it did, because it wasn't like in anybody's unit, or it wasn't, it was just in
Well,
the
that was
leaves. And
some
it
drug
was, it
money.
was a godsend. It was. So,
Nobody lost it. It was probably at
yeah,
night. They couldn't
yep.
see.
Couldn't see. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, maybe somebody put out and didn't get paid, but I
Oh,
don't know. I'm not sure. But, you do see that you just began to see this. People were smiling. Keith
mhm.
when we first started, Keith would say, "Hi, I'm Keith," and put his hand out to shake their hand. They go, "I'm not shaking your hand." I mean, they were just nasty people. And near the end, they would come in with their hands out and say, "Hi, it's good to see
that,
you today."
that
So
in action, how
it
the
was.
energy shifts from your frequency, from your vibration. People
Uh-huh.
will start to resonate with your frequency, with your higher frequency. I mean,
Yes.
and the same goes for if you have a really bad energy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we were dealing with a person that had a lot of bad energy that was there, and we
mhm,
had to transmute it. I mean, I went in with my smudge and I did all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
And eventually people stopped complaining about the other manager that they had fired, because they knew that we were there now. And we had people begging us never to leave.
yes, I'm
Please
sure.
never leave. And we're
Exactly.
like, well, we can't stay. It took about 6 months, I would say, for that to come.
Wow,
And
that is
we were
fast.
we were
When you
there about 2.5 years.
when
Yeah.
you think about the density of energy, dark energy that you had to face in that, I mean,
Yeah.
huge amount within an apartment building with a bunch of
Yeah.
people, high density dark energy. That's
Yes.
amazing that 6 months later it looked different.
Yeah. It
And
did.
you mentioned
Yep.
smudging, and I just want to say this is alchemy. You're creating, you're
Right.
transmuting. And those things that help are the sending out white light, um, smudging, just like you've
Mhm.
said, sound bowls, bells. I mean, anything that can raise the vibration wherever you're at.
Yeah.
And you're really holding the space for this higher energy, where
Absolutely.
right where you're at, for the
Yeah.
neighborhood, for the town, and
Yeah.
actually for the planet and for the multiverse. I mean,
Right.
energy goes out and it
It
keeps
does.
out.
It does. And it's funny. We ended up being transferred to another location in a more countrified area
Mhm.
for the same company, and we stayed there another 2 years. But before we left, we asked the universe to put us somewhere else, and that's when they pointed us to Seattle. And
Oh,
so I really believe that all the work we had done,
mm.
the universe and our guides and everything, rewarded us for
They
sort
did.
of
They did. I
being
just got the tells. They
yeah,
were absolutely putting you in a much nicer
yeah,
place.
yeah.
And I have relatives who live on Whidbey Island in Oak Harbor, so I know how beautiful.
Okay.
And I've gone
Yeah.
and visited, and it's gorgeous
Hmm.
and beautiful people. So, um,
Hmm.
yeah, when you neutralize that darkness, by releasing your light into it, which is what
Yeah.
really happens,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
just unbelievable.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's
And
amazing.
you can't even if you don't know that and it happens, it's like, and we've always been a metaphysical people, but when you think that's a big project, I feel like that's a big project.
It
And
is.
you are in a big project. Yeah.
And this
Yeah.
happens at work. You might go, oh, these coworkers, or whatever,
Hmm. Hmm.
but you wait because over time they will
Yep.
shift or they
They
will
do.
change. They will leave and new ones will come
Yeah.
who
You're
vibrate
absolutely right.
higher
Yep.
light. That's just how
Yep.
it works.
It
So,
is. It is. It's like when we were kids, they told us that if we lived in a dormitory together, all us girls, that our
mhm,
periods would regulate, and we
yes,
would all be having them and we did. everybody's got regulated to the same, we're all dealing with the same thing at the same time.
True.
And,
It's
you know,
true.
that's,
Yeah,
yeah, very
that's how it
interesting.
works. It's pretty amazing
It
how
is.
that resonance of frequency
Yes.
works. And
Yep.
that's why it's really important if you are around a lot of negative people and maybe you just don't feel like you're able to step your energy up to transmute it, you
Hmm.
might need to step away from that situation
Right.
or wherever you're at.
Definitely.
Make that decision that it's brought you down so low that you need to remove
Yep.
yourself. And that's
Yep.
okay.
Well,
So,
and Craig, you say you were stationed at a barracks that felt haunted, old, and people being held. Buildings can hold energy,
oh yeah.
absolutely hold energy.
And
And you, yeah,
walking that heavy, ooh, yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
I mean, I think people have felt that if they've walked through older
mhm.
institutions, mental institutions, hospitals. Certainly, you can feel it in a very reverent place. You can
Mhm.
feel the good in there most of the time. You can feel the reverence in there.
I
But yeah,
remember, yeah, in high school, I toured Napa State Hospital before it was
oh,
shut down.
uh-huh.
And the energy in there was so uh, depressing,
Yeah,
confused. I
sure.
can't even trying to put
Yeah,
words to those kind of feelings.
sure. I'm
Very,
sure you felt like you'd never get out.
yeah,
You were hopeless. Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like that. It was like
yeah.
that. And yeah, a
Wow.
very heavy energy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, ooh. And then when I turned Alcatraz,
Oh,
oh my God, that was
oh, wow.
experience. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it was so heavy and dark. Oh my
Oh,
gosh. And
definitely. And Craig, I think a lot of people say that about Auschwitz, that
yeah,
that the energy there is extremely heavy, and and you can understand why so much loss of life,
so much.
that it's incredibly bad. But
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm sure there are other places. I don't think I've ever felt as bad as I did in that place.
yeah.
But you felt you were, I think I was drawn to where I had to go. I think you were drawn to Las Vegas. But yes, I think you would probably, I lived in Reno. Now, you and I don't have the same astrological
Mhm,
configuration,
mhm.
but I loved it there. I loved it. It
Oh,
just has a light energy there.
I
Yeah.
would love it. I go when my husband and I visited there, like within the last 2 or 3 years. We always had fun and we enjoyed it, and
Yeah.
we know we'd enjoy living there if the
Uh-huh.
cost of living just came down, if the houses were just a little bit
Yeah,
lower,
I know.
because
I know.
a lot of Californians moved there because of all the fires and things that happened in California.
Yes.
Ended up
Yes.
coming to Reno, that
Hmm.
northern side of Nevada,
Hmm.
and it really drove the housing prices up a
Oh,
lot
sure. Well, it's
compared
close to Tahoe as well. That doesn't help things.
to
Yeah,
Tahoe.
definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
that made things harder. And yeah, but
Well,
I lost the train of thought that I was going to make a point, and it was a good one. I forgot.
don't want to lose it. Choo choo. Find it back.
It just went out my brain.
Um, I'm sorry. When we came down through Utah, Idaho and Utah to go down to Sedona,
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a totally different country,
Yes.
because everything was being built brand new. Everything was still being built. There was malls that were being built and stores. And I was always under the impression that malls and stores were kind of becoming passe,
Yeah.
because we don't want to go out and shop anymore. We do it online more.
Right.
But this was amazing. And somebody told me that, of course, it's cheaper than California. And so
Mhm.
people are moving there. Yeah. Yeah.
That's true. And I just
Yeah.
want, because you brought Sedona up, I just want to mention, um, there are places you visit on the earth, and Sedona is one of them. And the Four Corners area, where
Uh-huh.
you have the Mesa Verde and the Anasazi cliff dwellings and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. I've been there.
There
Chaco
is
Canyon. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
there are
Uh-huh.
so there's so much um, past life stuff for me there. And so even when I was 13 or 14, I went there and all this energy hit me. And I was like, I didn't know what was going on, but I didn't want to leave. I just wanted my parents to leave me there. Because I must have felt those lifetimes that I had as an Anastasia. Later, as an adult, I became aware of those lifetimes, but they were
Yeah.
peaceful, beautiful lifetimes. But that's
Uh-huh.
resonance. That's energy that's
Sure it
there.
is.
Dual
Yeah.
energy that you have in an area. So yeah, it's pretty important if you do locational astrology and you find out where your
Yes.
planets are, and if you resonate well with an area. Of course,
Right.
chances are for your husband to resonate well too. That might be
I
tricky.
know it's hard when you're a couple or a family.
Yeah,
What I love about your experiences, and I didn't know this until several weeks ago, that your mom and dad were spiritual people, and
well,
not a lot of us grow up that way. And so you were made aware, I think, more of energies and things that were going on than a lot of us would have
right.
been while we were growing. That's
Yeah.
really great. Yeah.
Well, my dad in the very beginning tried to do some of the breath work and the things that would advance you, but he actually shut himself down because he started to have an out of body experience while he was
Oh.
doing breath work. It just scared him so bad he just shut off. So
Uh-huh.
very early, my dad was not into it after
Okay.
that because he's
Okay.
too. I like it here just fine. I know where I am, and so he was.
But he wasn't adverse to it. He just wasn't going to go along with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but in his soul, he was very much, he understood
Uh-huh.
a lot of these things, but yeah.
Yep.
But my mother, definitely. My mother in the 60s was doing yoga and all this stuff. She was like a decade ahead of everyone else
Uh-huh.
in the Bay
Uh-huh.
Area for
Yep.
all of that stuff.
I
So,
bet you were too. I know my husband and I have been. We're ahead of that curve. We'll
yeah,
do something and people will think, well, that's really weird. But then a little while later, everybody's doing it, or everybody, accepts it or something. Yeah.
yeah,
It's kind of
yeah,
strange.
I would say,
Um, so Isabella says, I'm really not liking where I live. I want to pick up and live a nomad life. I had it a while back. It passed and now it's even worse. My energy feels a lot of us are feeling that way, Isabella, I believe.
yeah,
Yes.
I would think.
Um, yeah, you are feeling the itch. There's another thing going on. You're feeling the itch to maybe see other places.
Mm,
And I've done that. I've lived in 11 states, and people always call me a gypsy and a rolling stone. But you know what? I learned a lot about life that way. I really did. Even sometimes more than my education. I
yeah,
learned more. Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah. No, that's a beautiful experience.
It
And
is. Yeah.
while you were doing that, your energy, this beautiful energy, was going out into all those places. So you have
Yep.
made these alleys, power spots, all, all these places you can connect the dots.
Well, George Bush Sr. called it 100,000 million points of light or whatever it was. There's Allie. She's in at least 11 of them.
Exactly true. There's something to be said about that because you really leave your imprint where you've been. So
Uh-huh.
people, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
that's kind of cool too.
It
So,
is.
you guys, if you want to put questions up, that's fine. We'll be doing them in a few minutes. Just for those of you who have gotten here, I came in 15 minutes late because I was taking a nap and I was discombobulated myself. So we will take your questions when we're finished, but we wanted to try to give you some idea of how to handle energy that might be in dark places, and to find a way to make yourself feel a little bit more comfortable with that idea, because I don't know about you, but I can walk into a place and I can feel it immediately if I'm not, it just
Totally.
doesn't resonate. I don't want to be here,
No, you really feel like you got to get the hell out of Dodge
You do.
if
Yeah.
it doesn't resonate. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
something that feels good is like this gorgeous, calming, and beautiful peace comes over you. Like you were
Yes.
saying, Allie, about being in a spiritual environment or in a
Hmm.
you know certain place. That is a beautiful energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, um, transmuting energy, that converting it, all these things can be conscious or unconscious.
Yep.
You still do it if you're doing a practice of keeping your vibration high and just your thoughts being energy and being waves of energy, keeping your
Correct.
thoughts high. And, you know, just remember in the microcosm, it's so for the macro. So whatever you're doing, like even in the palm of your hands in your own little world, it's going out
Right.
all over. But I
Right.
try to envision everything in terms of the earth and out to the multiverse. Just
Hmm.
make it that way every day.
Yeah.
But
Definitely.
yeah, so yeah, I mean, surrounding yourself with white light
Hmm.
before you leave your house in the morning, before you go to work, ask your angels and guides to protect and guide you. Not that we need protection or guidance, but we need to say it for
We need
ourselves.
to remember to say it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for
Uh-huh.
our,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I don't know if
Yeah.
it's the ego mind or what it is, but you're convincing yourself you're already this beautiful divine source.
Uh-huh.
But we just
Right.
have to seem to say this for ourselves. And
Uh-huh.
then, what I do in meditation, I envision my workspace and everyone surrounded by light. And if I ever have a thought about someone that I think is not, a beautiful thought, I always see them in white light and I send
There you go.
energy. No matter what you do, that keeps your frequency high and it does
Hmm.
something nice for the other person. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I've shifted so many bosses by doing this kind of thing. I just want you to know, in practice,
Oh,
it's a magnificent thing.
oh, that's so awesome. The place we worked, I've brought this up once before, but it's amazing. We had different regional managers come in,
Mm,
and one of the guys had to leave. So we got this woman that was a regional manager. And the first day she comes in, her energy was really bad. You could
yeah,
just tell before she opened her mouth. And the first thing out of her mouth is, I don't see things, I only see things in black and white and never in color.
oh,
And we were like, I know, I know.
yeah.
So we're like, holy shit, this woman is not going to work out for us, you know? And so it was very, very difficult to work for her. But later on, she told me something that really, really blew me away. And it made a lot of sense. She
Mm.
was also colorblind.
Oh,
And I
ah,
believe it was because she said that so many times, she created that world for herself.
you know,
And I never heard of a woman that was colorblind. They're usually only men.
my
And she
uncle
said
is
that, yeah,
colorblind, but I've never known a female. We
no, I
really
hadn't either. Me either.
no, no.
No. And so I'm scratching my head and I said, no wonder why she only sees things in black and white. She literally only sees things in black and
Well,
white.
what
And
you repeat will
yeah,
become your reality.
it does. It does. Yes.
It does.
So, yeah. Oh my God.
That's an
Yeah.
amazing and that
Uh-huh.
real life example of
Example.
thoughts
Yep.
becoming things. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Yeah. And
And
I had another guy that was a manager there. These are the types of managers they get, you know. And I remember it was really bad outside, and the manager came in and we were talking, and I said, oh, the weather's so bad, but oh, but no, there isn't really climate warming, climate change. I made and he said, there isn't. And I said, well, yes, I said, there really is. He goes, I don't care about it. I'll be dead when it happens. And I said, that's the kind of energy that's around you. It's really hard to bust through that energy. And I said, what about your daughter or, her children if she has children? Well, I'll be dead. I'll be dead. So, yeah, very interesting. So that
yeah,
can come along with the transmutation of the energy. What you speak, what you think, what you do, all of that can make a difference in the energies that are around you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. That's an excellent example of an attitude that does not lift your vibration and raise you up. So,
Right.
he's really a self perpetuating example of what he's going to find after
Yeah.
he's,
Yeah.
and here's the thing, like we'll use the example of Tina Turner. who was a devout Buddhist and
Yes.
who transitioned. And I have a message that I'm going to do later that
Oh, wonderful.
from
Okay.
her. But I
Yeah.
just want to say, this enlightened being is over there having the time of her life, enjoying herself so much, and everything is like, oh,
Sure. Uh-huh. Sure. She's singing it up over there. Yep.
she,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
she expects that beautiful world, and she
Right.
got, of course, what she expected when she crossed
She did.
over.
Yeah.
So don't limit yourself with ideas about, oh, this and that, and I'm dead, and that'll be.
I know.
You know what?
It's funny. Some people have had really bad NDEs and said that they saw the devil
Yeah,
and they saw this.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what? I think they got what they expected. That's
Yes,
all I think. Yeah.
that's all that
Yeah.
happens is you get what you
Yeah.
expect. There aren't really any. There's no such thing as a devil or hell. Only the hell you make, the hell
Yeah.
plane you
In your mind.
create.
I
It's all
agree.
mind, and it's because you get to be right
Right. Right.
for yourself.
That's right. We always love to be right. We love to be right. Yeah.
Yeah. So
So, all right. Well, I want to say hi to everybody who's come in since we started talking. Thank you for being in. Oh, Lisa's here. It's
oh,
nice to see you too, Lisa.
hi.
Warrior Girl. Sherry, I'm glad you're here. Isabella. Kelly just came and went. Gigi's here. And my goodness, we've Elisa Foster and just everybody. And I'm sorry that you didn't want the home you ended up getting. I know that happens to a lot of people. Happened to my daughter. She was
Yeah.
renting it during COVID and they wanted to sell it. So she bought it so she wouldn't have to move.
Mhm.
But she's taking her time making it her own. So try to work with that still if you can. Try to say, well, right now I'm here. This is where I am. And how can I make this home be more aligned with the energies that I want to transmit out of it?
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. And you will end up decorating and putting things in place that will change the feng shui. It'll just
That's
change
right.
the
That's right. Yeah.
dramatically just by you,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
imagining what kind of things you want on the wall or how you want to
Yeah.
place your furniture. It's going to
Yep.
shift dramatically, and
Shift that whole energy. It
take
will.
on your energy, and it'll
Yeah.
be a beautiful place. Yeah.
Yep. Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we may introduce some other thoughts if we have them, if Val can remember what she wanted to say. But I'm going to go ahead and put up the first thing, and I'm going to go get my cards. So I'm going to dip out here for a minute and let Val talk to you about this, and I will be right back.
So anyway, so you guys, when you go somewhere, if you're looking for a new place to live, just pay attention to the energies while you're there. Feel the energies. Go into a grocery store, go into a neighborhood, and just put your feelers out and sense what you sense. What's the general energy? And it's true that different neighborhoods have different energy, and you'll feel a soft welcoming, or you'll feel a kind of jittery vibration. And of course, you want the soft welcome. So, just to put it mildly, some people that are very sensitive can really pick up the specifics of it. But yeah, it's really important to visit where you want to live, spend some time there, and see what that might be for you energetically before you decide to do anything. So that's what
Yeah.
my husband and I did.
Some people make the mistake too of going to a place on vacation and only seeing the really good things about it,
Yeah.
and then saying, "I want to live here," but
Yes,
it isn't quite what they wanted after
yeah.
they get there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Exactly. You have to really look at the whole picture of something.
You do. Yep.
It helps a lot to really understand everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we've got some questions, and Val is the crystal girl, so to speak. So I'm going to let her answer and see what she has to say about it, and then I'll add my 15 cents. That's good stuff. That's
Yeah.
good.
So here's the thing about crystals. Everybody has their own idea. but you know, the ones that are treated by heat or things like that to enhance their color or change their color, whether it's amethyst or citrine or, you know, whatever it is that's being color treated, aqua aura, whatever. Here's what I think about that. I think that the vibration of the light of the color within the crystal is a beautiful blessing, no matter how it got to be the color it is. Who's to say that that color enhancement wasn't meant for its life cycle? It is here as a gift from the earth to assist us. And I don't put any meaning or story onto it. If I see it, I hold it and I feel that vibration and it resonates with me. If it calls to me and talks to me, I get that crystal. That's for me. I don't care what the story is around it. It speaks to me. And that's the key. Yeah.
Which could be dangerous because most everyone does speak to me.
A crystal person, yeah. You might have a house full, and
I do. It's like my house is floating. You know, my house is floating in the air. But I agree with you because I have some of those orgone pyramids, and they're covered with plastic, really. But they're just so beautiful, and it just looks so beautiful that you know it makes me happy.
A pyramid shape has amazing fire energy, the divine masculine. It has a lot of sacred geometry in it, the shape in itself. Now, when something is gorgeous, it is vibrating to you, bringing you a lot of beautiful energy. Think of when you look at the beauty of something, what is resonating for you? So, yes, it still has a huge amount of vibration for you and energy. Even if it's a plastic pyramid.
Right.
Yes. Don't discount something just because.
Don't discount. Ellen said acetone can test whether it's been dyed or not. So if you really, really feel you only want them that aren't dyed for some reason, you know, you can try that. But I have a really cute story to tell. My husband's a chiropractor, as you all know, and he had a little boy come in to the office that was about 6 and with his parents, and he's on the spectrum. And so I had stuff all over the place, and he was grabbing them and putting them on and playing with them, and he was so enthralled with them. You just know that he was feeling everything about them. And he picked up one that was really, really cool, and it was a tiger eye. And so when we were in Sedona, I said, let's get him his own tiger eye that he can take home, you know. And so we did. But, you know, they say that those that are on the spectrum have a gift, something that will show up. And for him, I think he might be a rock hound. I don't know. He was so cute.
Absolutely. Well, these kids that are coming in that are so connected, and they just come in connected. They feel that earth energy. They feel all the crystal kingdom, the elemental kingdom. They feel connected to everything. And so, I mean, this kid was definitely connected.
He definitely was. Yeah, he definitely was. So Jay says, don't put acetane on crystals. So I'm not really sure. Maybe you would ask somebody in a rock store for sure if they knew. But again, I resonate with what Val said. I think if you, whatever it is that you're feeling, and when we were in Sedona, EQ and a few other ladies picked up a piece of a red ruby garnet, and they were flying. They said their feet were moving, and I don't get that. I wish I did. I don't get that particular feeling about crystals. I just know I love them, but some people can really, really feel them. So all right. Well, I hope that answered that, Starlight. So Syl has a question. My daughter Kimberly has not had a good experience in her last 3 jobs, but she's training for another. Will she succeed with the job she's training for and succeed? All right, we'll take a look at it. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5. You know, we're supposed to figure out by the time we're 18 what we're going to do with our life.
I know, it's like I didn't even know who I was till I was 30 years old.
didn't really either. And I didn't find my calling until I was 44. I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I wasn't a teacher before that. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But, if I tell young people that, they'll go, oh, that's God, that's awful. Because 44 is really old to young people. I thought, not
right.
really, but okay.
Not really. You
Yeah.
still got half a life or
Half a
more.
life at least. That's
You know,
right.
at least,
That's
if not
right.
longer. We'll probably, by the time we get really old, Allie, it'll be 120 years old. We'll live to, with all
Well,
the
I
technology.
know. It's so, I was asking a question on Facebook about Taylor Swift because I just don't get it. And it wasn't to be cruel or rude, but some girl came on and she said, you guys all sound really old.
Oh,
Could you please get off my lap? I can't read with you on my lap. Thank you. I said, and so someone wrote back and I loved it. Yes, we are really old. And if you're lucky, someday you will be too.
oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Exactly
All
right.
right.
Oh my
So
God.
this is what I get, Sil. I get a skull, but the skull says final ending. So I'm wondering if and it says rebuilding from ashes. So I wonder if this is going to be it. That's kind of what I see. She says this also says to what you value is safe. So it could be that if she starts to do this training and she's going to see whether she likes it or not, maybe give it a few weeks, see how she feels about it. She may end up liking it. But right now, it's kind of a way of the dice. It's a roll of the dice. It's hard to tell whether she will. But if she doesn't, maybe she'll just do it a short time. I can tell you this. I've had many, 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 many jobs. And I never regretted every job I had because it always taught me something that brought me
It's
to
a
the next level.
block, one on top of the other. And no
Right.
matter where you end up, you'll look back and you'll go, oh, good thing I had that component and that component.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That helped a lot. That's
Yeah.
right.
And so I
Ooh.
had a star for her, but the star is next to death, which is about transformation. So
Uh-huh.
this may or may not be the job for her, or she's transforming because there is a celebration here. And look
Uh-huh.
at death is between the star and celebration. So that
Okay.
makes it about changing. You're changing for the better. You're learning new things. You're letting go of ideas.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
there may be a decision. So maybe another opportunity is going to come up and
Come
kind
up
of
from it.
turn head a little bit.
Uh-huh.
So, I feel like you might be looking at other things at the same time. So whether
Yep.
or not this gets to be your ending, this tells me you're in the right direction. Keep going. Keep going. You will
Yep.
feel like this. Don't
Yep.
worry. It's all going to work out.
I love the two of wands because it's like the world is your oyster.
Yes,
You're looking out and you know that eventually that things are going to be okay for you.
absolutely. It's expansion. It's,
Yeah.
your broad horizons. So
Yep. Yep. So I'm sorry to hear she was treated with disrespect. I don't know how old she is, but there are some people, even us adjunct faculty members, we're not full time, so we're not quite treated the same way as someone with, no matter how long we've been doing it. So there is something you just have to swallow at some point and say, it will all change. Have her change her feeling around it. But I hope this works out for her. I really do. I'm sorry she was disrespected.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
not good. Not
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All righty. So we have Dana here. And my son's best friend named Omer just died oh my God, I'm so sorry. 29 years old. Does he have a message for his family and for my son? Oh, we can see what we can find out for you. Sometimes they don't come directly through, depending on how long they've been over there and what they're working on. But we will definitely try to see what we can find out for you, dear. I'm so sorry. That's tragic.
No, he's telling me that loves his family so much, and uh, he really appreciated your son's friendship. It meant a lot to him. And as he's looking back on his life, he's saying those are the things that count. Those are the things that mean everything because you take
Yep.
that with you. Your soul carries the love, the connection.
Wow. But that's so tragic to me. It's just awful. So yes, I get here that your son and his family intuition, listen to your intuition, his intuition, because he's probably getting messages from him in some way. A song might come on. There might be something happen that is synchronistic, and he says, "That's me. That's me making you know that I'm okay." Um, there was an innocence about this young man. I don't know if that resonates or not, but we can be innocent and be 80 years old. It just is the type of person we are. But he says he is manifesting beauty and love over there on the other side. Look at the rainbows. Look at the beautiful green energy, the heart-centered energy. So he knows he was young when he went, but I believe that he's not unhappy. He's okay over there, and he's with people that love him.
Yep,
So
absolutely. And I got I will always point you in the right direction. So he's going to hang out a little bit with you, with your son as a just influencing him a little bit. I am here helping you. So he appreciated that relationship a lot, and so that's what he's trying to say. And cross over that love, those connections, stay with your soul and enhance your soul. That's what he's trying to say, and he appreciates you reaching out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep. I think so. I think he wants your son to listen to that. Listen to the intuition. Listen to it. If he says, it's so funny. I was going down to driving by and I saw this guy that looked just like him.
Exactly. That
happens all the time. Yeah. It happens a lot. Yeah. My son is alive, but sometimes I'll see my son and he's everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just know that my son must be wanting to get
You're getting nothing from spirit, even though he's still on the earth plane.
Yeah. I didn't know the guy it just looked like everybody, I never really thought about it that way. Yeah. It can happen, I guess. Yeah. So hello, Kimber, and thank you for your question today. Thanks everybody for being here. Those of you who have come in late, we're happy you're here. Always happy to work with Val. I enjoy her so much, and we're running. I came on a little late, so we're going to stay. I guess it's all right with Val. We'll stay a little later, and we won't be ending at the top of the hour like we should have, but all right. Oh, all right.
Okay.
So Kimber, I'm getting sorrow and loss. Did you lose something? Did you lose? Is there something that you've lost? It doesn't have to be a person or an animal or a job. It could be something else. It could be you've lost some self-esteem. You've lost a friend. You've lost contact or something. I don't know. I don't know why these both show up today, but I see you walking by yourself. But look at those snazzy red boots. I mean, you're wanting to be seen. So yeah, you got some snazzy red boots on there. And loss can come in many ways, but I'm getting that you're a dreamer. You're a dreamer, and you've got a bird in your hand, and a bird in your hand, of course, worth two in the bush. But that your dreams will come true. Not to give up, and to feel a part of the whole. Some days aren't as good as others for all of us, and we just have to remember that this too shall pass, and things will get better for you. So I don't know if that resonates. Let me know if that does.
It's beautiful. And I got the tribe. So remembering that you have the friends around you, the people surrounding you, and you'll notice this giraffe is, licking and kissing the other giraffe, just in a nurturing way. So if you feel like you need to reach out to people, please do. And if you're asking why do things happen? Why the questions of the universe? Why whatever it is in your life that you have the questions about? Just remember that the answers are there if you turn inward and ask your guides, your primary guides and angels. Sit
Mhm.
for a few minutes and listen for their answer. They will respond. And it looks like you have a lot of things coming your way that are very powerful.
Mm.
And this last card is amazing Sword of Light. This
Wow.
sword of light is divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. So, whatever it is that you're struggling through right now, a little bit with the why, and I feel like you needed nurturing from the tribe. This is going to be resolved,
Hmm.
and just
Hmm.
please appreciate that you have divine protection
Yep.
and getting breakthrough energy, because through this time there's always an opening to advance more.
Advancing.
Yeah,
Right.
advancing.
Keep dreaming. And yes, amazing. And I'm glad you're here with the community because we're here to support you. She's had a bad breakup and she's starting
Oh,
over. So
oh, honey.
I'm so sorry, honey.
Yeah,
But I do see, and Val saw as well, really good things coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good things are coming.
Just gotta ride out this wave right now. But do know that
Don't
we are here for you.
get comfort from your tribe. They're
Yep.
there for you. They'll nurture you. Yeah.
Yep. All right. I can take a few more Bora Bora. We've got right now we've got 6, so I might be able to take another one or so. But thank you. Oh,
Mhm.
here's something about gridding your bed with crystals. Oh, I love that. Create love. And again, you're the crystal gal, so you know more than a lot of us do.
Uh, you know, Gridding your bed with crystals, you can definitely do that. For me, because of who I am, energetically, crystals amp me up. So
Yes.
for me, it depends on energetically what, not quartz crystals, because they'd be like,
Right.
I'm going to the moon. But I
Yeah.
mean, you could use stones, like you could use hematite, you could use malachite on one end, you could put rose quartz, you could do all kinds of things depending on what you want to bring in while you're sleeping. Most definitely, you could do
Oops.
that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You could use grounding. Uh,
Yes,
you could use some
hematite.
grounding. Yeah.
Yes, obsidian. You're grounding. You're darker grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, I know that a couple of people I know, if they want to do astral travel, you don't want to grid your bed, but you could put it under your pillow,
yeah.
provided you weren't one of those people that just, fights with your pillow all night. But there are
Mhm.
some that can do that. But if you really want to get some sleep, you might want to stick with, Tiger Eye or the darker,
Yeah,
the
right,
darker ones. Yeah.
right.
But yeah, I agree with you. When I walked into a crystal store in Sedona, I said to the lady in there, and I'm not as sensitive as some people are, but I
But
said I could not work here.
you were like, whoa.
I had eyes like this.
When
It's
you
like,
go, yeah, when you go into the crystal room in Mount
yeah,
Shasta, you like need to get a
yeah,
new,
yeah.
need to get
You
a
need a
shield.
new brain. Yeah, yeah. That's for sure. That's for
Oh,
sure. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
true.
Oh my. Um, so Warrior Girl, I've interacted. I feel like I pick up negative icky energy. This is good. I'm glad you're asking these questions because that was the impetus for this show. I
Yeah.
imagine my aura bubble that is silver and gold has green ribbons through it representing two things like bows on a gift.
Mhm.
Oh my God, I love that.
It's gorgeous.
That is a wonderful share.
And gold are the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies.
Uh-huh.
So wisdom and beautiful divine feminine energy, and green is that healing energy, healing
Yeah,
light and Mother Earth energy. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. I
yeah.
mean, that's awesome. Yeah.
And for me, I've been called more to coral. I ended up getting a red coral necklace and earrings and ring. Something about my root chakra just needs a boost, I guess. I don't
Yeah.
know, but
That
I
would
really feel like they tell me when I need something.
yeah, and
Like, yeah.
that would definitely not only your root chakra, but that's also going to help your sacral chakra, the second chakra as well. So it's going to
Oh,
harmonize. It's going to harmonize all the way. It'll start flowing up even more.
ah,
Yeah,
okay.
I can see that
Yeah.
happen.
Keeping yourself a lot more aligned is what you're
Yeah,
saying. Yeah, as you go. Oh, wow.
go
Well,
up.
see, I didn't know that, but I knew it. We
Yeah,
know everything. We're just relearning it. We're
yeah,
just
yeah,
relearning it. Yeah.
absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So Claudia, Cat Mama, wonders what crystals would suit you best at this time. Um, do you need to know anything more about her, like astrologically, or I don't know? Well, you got those crystal cards with you, don't you? I don't have mine with me because I'm out in the living room. You know the ones we got from Ivana's a friend. Did you get them? The crystal
Mm-mm,
cards? No, you didn't. Okay.
mm-mm.
All right. I thought you did. All right.
No, not me. But
Oh, you're welcome, Celtic. Yep.
I'm gonna say that chrysocolla. I don't even
Chrysocolla?
know. I feel like
Yes.
that would be a beautiful stone for you. I feel like there is a lot of multidimensional energy and earth energy, a green blue that will soothe and keep your environment
Ooh.
flowing
Yeah.
and high and higher vibration, but grounded as well.
It's one of the first ones I got way back in the 90s was
There,
Chrysocolla. I love it.
love
Yeah.
it, love it, love
Yeah.
it, love it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Check it out, Cat Mama. You can obviously do a look online to see what the elements are in it and what it looks like. So if you want to order something like that, you can.
Mhm.
But there you go.
Yeah,
Thank you, Val.
you're welcome.
All right. Oh, will your husband be able to retire, Isabella? Okay.
Oh,
Kimber, thank you so much for the donation. That was very kind of you. Thank you, my dear. All right. Oh, you like Chrysocolla? Oh, good, Claudia. Then maybe you do need it. Hi, Thomas.
oh, yeah, it's a very, very, very
Hi,
helpful for
Gilda.
you, Mama.
Uh-huh.
Very helpful. I just saw it for you. I almost see it in your throat chakra, and it'll help those energies as you speak out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, I would imagine it brings your heart to your voice, or
Because it's got that green blue, your heart
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Well,
Wow.
he's got it.
Yeah. There you
See
go. Once in
that?
a while it happens.
See?
Once we're awake. Yes. All right. All right. All
Um,
right. Did you get any answers for
yeah,
Isabella?
what I got is, there's a celebration, special event, and I feel like, yeah, he could definitely retire.
Uh-huh.
This is something he's contemplating. Next to that, though, are conflicts and arguments. So I feel like this could be his inner turmoil about leaving his career.
Yep.
This is like an inner conflict I'm getting for
Yep.
him because men can be very tied to I am what I do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. Oh,
Certain generation, they really tie to that. So
yes.
it's an adjustment period.
Uh-huh.
But I feel like, you know, he's getting an inner calling, an action message inside of himself that says there's more to life to live your life.
Yep.
Yeah, this is him taking charge over making a decision over what he can do.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like he is in control of it, and it's just up to him to realize he is not his job.
Right.
He is not identified. He won't lose power suddenly and not be important because he doesn't have that work any longer.
You're absolutely right, though. I've seen it happen over and over again, where there's sort of this. And even that, and even when they do retire, sometimes they find something else because staying at home with
They have something to be
they have
important.
to do something. They have to
They
do
have to
something.
do- Well,
Uh-huh.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
So, I see that he would love to. I see that you two are, you got stars in your hair. In other words, you'd love to spend some time together and do some things together. And that would be very advantageous for the both of you. It does get really old. I will tell you that my mother and father were like, "Arr!" It was awful. But again, that's when somebody finds something else to do, because that can
Exactly.
happen. But
I mean,
I think he needs the rest. I think he needs some rest. I think he's been doing this for a long time. Yeah, maybe doesn't take enough vacation. So if he doesn't retire, he needs to still take some time off.
yeah.
Maybe that's what he wants to do. Um, and I'm seeing that speed will be important here. So what I'm thinking is he'll make a decision one day. He'll just make the decision of what he's going to do. And
Because I got him as the King of Wands, which is a quick,
quick.
fiery room.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. So good luck, honey. And
Mhm.
there are women can go out and get jobs too to get away from some of the men around the house, if you feel that way. Yeah, yeah. So here is lovely Alice. I saw Alice when I was in Sedona. We shared lots of hugs. She gave me something very beautiful, and her energy is just gorgeous. So,
Oh,
so happy to see you here, Alice. Thank you for coming on and asking your question. So let's
definitely.
see what your spirit guides have to say. Yeah. All right. Oh, Cat Mama. So Chrysocolla is natural diabetes relief. Ah,
Oh, there you go.
I didn't. Do you have it? I don't know. Well, anyway. Oh, Wildflower, you're retired and bored. I understand. 36 years for Isabella and health problems. So yeah,
Oh,
he's being asked
yeah,
to move on to something because
yeah.
of health problems, and people don't really like being made to do anything. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. Okay. Well, Alice, I have a little bit of, the old, this is round and round. So the old thought forms, the old thought patterns come up and they tell us things, things that we don't need to pay attention to. So you need to let those things go that go around in a circle that are negative mind script. Just let them go, let them float out. And this can also represent the things that are coming up for you right now in this timing to release. Um, because we're all having these things right now to let go of and to
Mm-hmm.
purge ourselves so we can accept more higher frequencies in. So you have the building blocks. There. You are building your foundation. This is exactly where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
So release all that old stuff, just like we all are. It's happening to everyone. No
Mm-hmm.
like home. So this is a card on multi levels. Home meaning our spiritual place within, home meaning
Mm-hmm.
our dwelling that we live in, and just um, realizing you don't have to go anywhere to be at peace or to be in harmony. Just wherever you're at, it's right here within you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fabulous. That's
Yeah.
fabulous. I'm glad to hear you letting go of family stuff. We have to at some point.
You have to.
We have to let them stand on their own 2 feet without us here. So
And yeah, the ancestral, I just want to throw this out there, Allie. The
sure.
ancestral realm is up big time right now this month for clearing.
Okay.
Unbelievable. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, you are the princess, and you need to treat yourself like the princess, Alice. We all do. Self-care very important. Nothing wrong with it. We're told when we're younger, don't be selfish, and I say, don't be stupid. We need to be sometimes. We absolutely need to care for ourselves. I love this because the synchronicity is working its way into your life,
Yep.
and so look at all the beauty that goes around with it. But you'll see more and more synchronicities coming to you. And finally, it says, use your creativity. And, you know, Alice is one of the angel readers for Medium Kim, and she works with her. And so she is using her creativity. There's much, much more in there, Alice. And I'm really pleased that you are reaching out and doing all your spiritual work. That's
Very
fabulous.
good.
Yeah. Thank you so
Very good.
much. Yes. You're welcome, dear. All right. So we've got a few more. If I can get there.
Okay.
Why does it do this? Sometimes I'll go to click on the starred ones and it won't let me over there. It's like, no, I won't. I won't do it. All right. Ellen R. She wonders what the theme of her next year might be. Her birthday was Friday.
Okay.
She'd like to get an idea of what next year, what is coming over this year.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
What's this? Ooh-wee. Okay. All right. So I have you planting seeds. And even if that doesn't mean flowers or plants, because it could be spiritual seeds, this is the year you're going to be doing it. And you are ready to do it. You've got everything you need right at your fingertips in order for you to succeed. So make sure that you go out there and plant the seeds that you'd like to see brought to fruition, whether that be whether it is a vacation, or going to be with family, or a new job, or whatever it is. But it does want you also to rest. Resting is so important. I know I just pulled this card for somebody else, but this is important. It's always important that after you do these things, that you take the time to refresh yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Ellen, I got here and now. So this is reminding you, don't live in the past and don't live in the future, but live in the present now. This is the moment that creates everything right now. If you live in the now, like Edgar Tolle, Eckhart Tolle.
Oh, Edgar Tolle, yeah.
Says, be in the present moment and living in now. The power is right here in the present moment. So when I saw this time to go, what this actually said to me is time for you to step into your spiritual journey. That's what it said. No matter what's going on in your life, time to go forward on that spiritual path, because all that glitters isn't gold.
Yeah.
It is the spiritual gifts that you have that you can share with others.
That's right.
You do it by the book. So this kind of reminds me that, make a time every day, sit down and meditate, tune into your guides and angels, open that pathway if you don't have it already, because your guides are sitting around waiting for you to connect. So
they're strumming their fingers on the counter, Hello, everybody. We got a job here, but you're not asking. Yeah.
So it sounds like this year is about your spiritual growth, your connection with your guides.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if you'd like to buy a cottage, that's planting seeds, because you also want the garden. I mean, that's literally
the same.
Planting seeds, yeah. But it might be that you start making that plan. How fast can I do this? Where do I want to be? How do I want to begin? Yeah, absolutely. Great.
Absolutely.
All right. One of our fabulous moderators, Miss Viviani. Any message from Spirit? Just so you guys know, I have Rossi and Celtic Seer, and then we'll be done for the day. But thank you all for being here.
Yes.
And waiting out me being late, particularly Val. All right. So.
Oh, man. You were worth waiting for.
No, well, that's sweet. I think we really nailed down some really good information today about the energies and stuff. So,
I think so too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Really good.
Absolutely.
All right, Viviani. So I pulled out these fractal cards, Viviani. I have your, you're just so smart. You just don't believe you are, but you are. You're full of knowledge. There's a lot of things that you know about and you use, and you need to trust it. You need to trust your knowledge. The second card is rejuvenation. We all need rejuvenation. And if there's been disappointment, it's taking the time to get your energy levels back up and move into new space. And so that's going to be an important component for you. And you know what? If you change your mind about what you want to do, it's okay.
Okay.
We have the prerogative to change our minds. Absolutely. Yes.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I got truth be told, Viviani, truth be told. So whatever your heart's desire is, see this L always reminds me of your divine wisdom.
Uh-huh.
Whatever you're guided to, be it from the truth of your heart, go ahead and start a new adventure. Start whatever you want. It's new life is coming forth from whatever you're creating or whatever you will create. So there is just a little cleanup that we're all doing right now. And, you're just one of them. So go ahead and do that. You already are on target with all that. I got the Venusian Galactic Council.
Ooh.
And it's Star Being Guides. Answer the call. Time to shine. So you're being contacted. And they're trying to talk to you and get a message to you. So, yeah. Good
That's
stuff.
awesome, Viviani. Big love to you, girl. Thank you for all you do. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%. Viviani is awesome.
Yep. So, Rossi, I'm sorry you're feeling low energy. We sure can try to offer you something here. Either that or go and get a, what is it, a Red Bull? Is that what kids drink these days? I don't even think I could drink it. I don't know. Yeah.
No.
Have you tried it, Val? Have you tried a Red Bull?
I would palpitate. I can't even have caffeine. I'd be like,
for us old farts, it would be like if you don't have a defibrillator, just give them some.
Exactly. Oh man, it'd be like a shot.
Yeah, not making fun of you, Rossi. Not at all. Just want you.
But I do feel the call, Rossi.
Yeah.
To get out the.
There you go.
Something inside of me said, "This is the time to get these out."
I bet Red Bull tastes disgusting. There's no way that I would want any, so I understand. All right. So what I got here is the self. So they want you to, your guides want you to focus more on yourself. Take care of yourself. Self-care. Yep. There you go. Heart attack in a can. Absolutely, Teresa. Thank you. Not only that, but it's, tastes like terrible. Have you guys ever heard of the drink Moxie? It is a drink that was made in New Hampshire, and it's only available on the East Coast. And it's so awful.
Yeah. Because it's not a cute name.
It is a cute name. It's my daughter's dog's name, but yeah, it's just, it was awful. Anyway, think about yourself. And we know that you just need a punch to get going, How would you like a nice Hawaiian punch? Remember that old ad? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we don't punch ourselves, but we need a little bit of a push or a punch to move into some newer energy. And it's saying you're feeling a little low energy because you're about ready to make a leap. There you go. Woo, woo, woo. Because you've been sitting at a plateau. So where are you going? What are you doing? I think it's fabulous.
And, Rossi, you be you.
You be you.
Radical acceptance.
That's right.
Hello?
Yeah.
Radical acceptance. Don't just do something. Sit there.
Yeah.
serenity.
There you go. There you go.
And one
Yeah.
last one, keep your word. Something, something so right about that. So I think this is keeping your word to yourself. If
Yeah.
you
Yep.
create a practice, as these cards are suggesting, that will align yourself with a lot of higher vibrational energy, just allowing it in,
Yep.
your word to yourself to do that every day, you are going to find like you won't be able to keep your energy down. It'll be like,
Yeah. Yep.
you
I
know,
think sometimes we have low energy because we need to rest before the storm.
yeah,
There might
yeah,
be something coming in, and we,
we do.
or we just went through a storm. We got to rest. I think that it's hard for us to, um, for some of us at least, to say, you know what, I'm really tired, and I'm just going to take a break today, and not
Right.
feel guilty about it. There's no reason to. It's like we
Yeah.
all have to protect our
So,
energies.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's something right about what Allie said about you're feeling low energy. It can be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just need to rest and recharge your batteries. And it's
That's
okay to
true.
rest and feel that
Hmm.
where you just sit and recharge your batteries. It's not like
Yeah.
there's something wrong with you.
No.
We
And
all,
sometimes, we are human beings, not human doings. And so we have to take the time. But
we do.
anyway, I'm again not making fun of you, but
Yeah,
it's okay, Rossi. If this goes on for weeks, then
yeah,
maybe you want to have some, you might want to check into what's going on. But if it's just a few days or a day, it's probably you just needing a break. Definitely.
definitely.
All right. So Celtic Seer, um,
You,
we finally, was you be getting a job? You're tired of resting, Isabella. You have health issues. Well, I can understand that. Yeah,
oh,
that's yeah.
yeah.
My husband is a diabetic. He just started taking metformin, and
Mhm,
they took an increase. They increased it
mhm,
exponentially, and then
mhm.
he got really, really sick. And so
Oh,
he's been doing nothing but lay down. And I knew it was that. I
yeah.
knew it was that. So they just pulled him off some of it. But sometimes it's things aren't gelling in your medical or in your other places like that. So
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You're right about that.
Hi, Sharon Sipe, the woman of the hour. It's good to see you, girl.
The mod of the
Yeah, the mod of YouTube. Yeah,
mod of
yeah.
YouTube.
All right. Oh, it does, Warrior Girl?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I don't like that because I've been on it forever. Mm.
Mm,
All right.
okay. Oh, oh.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead. I get a puzzle piece here. I'm thinking that one more piece of the puzzle needs to come in to make sure that you qualify or that you're ready to take this job or something. It's like, there's always that one puzzle piece that's missing out of the box and you can't find the damn thing. And then
Mhm,
you look and somehow it's underneath the couch. So
mhm,
I think it will be found, but I think we're dealing with that. Um, and there's something to do with control over it. I don't know if it's the company or what it is, or who's trying to, or it could be a Scorpio, could be somebody that's a Scorpio. Um, but it looks to me like you're going to level up. You've got the intelligence, you've got the achievement. You're going to learn something new, and so I say things are coming. I just can't give you a time frame of how quickly that might
mhm,
be.
mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
And
Alice wants to know what cards you're using, Val.
oh, uh, well, I've been using two different cards.
The wisdom of the
Wisdom,
oracle. Mhm.
Wisdom of the Oracle, but I also have been using the Gateway uh,
Yeah.
activation.
Yep.
Those,
Perfect.
but this and normal Rider Waite Tarot.
Uh
But
huh.
I okay, so this is about yeah your job shifting and changing.
Mm.
What happened? What happened is this is how you're feeling right now. A
Ah,
little bit out in the cold.
out in the cold.
But
Yeah.
look at
Dun,
inspiration.
da, da, da.
Ta-da, is coming
It's coming. Yeah.
and
Ooh,
successful. New doors opening for you.
wow.
But at the same time, you've got completion on something.
Uh-huh.
And but you've got the beautiful, wonderful stability
Mm-hmm.
of this king. Your emotions, everything, you're going to be happy. Things are going to be fine. But I don't know when.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You and I aren't sure when, but yeah. You'll
It's
soon
all,
be coming in from the cold.
it's all looking good.
Yep. Oh, Hilda, you've nailed how we all feel about our wonderful community. Sharon is a jewel, and so is Viviani and other moderators that we have here, and we have some real good ones. And our chat familia are the bomb. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for welcoming Val. Val is fabulous, smart. She looks like Peppermint Patty,
Oh,
and
hey now.
and she's adorable. Yeah, or she's Jen Saki's sister, actually. Yes.
Asset. Than I
She
am
just
now.
needs. She'd like the money. She'd like the money that Jen's making. But oh well.
I would. But
That's right. That's right.
yeah.
Well, thank you again. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Val. Thank you, moderators. Thanks everybody for your kindest putting up with me being late and all that crap. Anyway, we'll see you again soon. We'll see you Wednesday on the Sisters of the Mystical Tarot. Bye-bye, everybody.